You walk into a room. Within seconds, you know something is off. Nobody has said a word, but you felt it. The shift in someone's face, the half-second pause before they answered, the way the air changed when a certain name came up. You noticed all of it, and now you can't stop noticing. To everyone else, it was just a normal Tuesday. To you, it was 100 tiny signals firing at once. Most people would call that being perceptive, but the real answer is far stranger and far more tiring than perception. Because awareness has a cost, and you have been quietly paying it your whole life. So what is happening inside a mind that notices too much? Start with the body. Long before you think a single thought, your nervous system is already scanning faces, reading tone, tracking the smallest changes around you. Psychologist Elaine Aron gave this a name. She called it sensory processing sensitivity. Her research suggests that roughly 1 in 5 people is wired to take in more of the world than the person next to them, and to process it more deeply. A loud room is louder. A tense silence is heavier. You are not imagining the intensity. Your brain really is doing more work with the same moment. Now add a second layer. There's a difference between noticing the world and scanning it for danger. When you grew up somewhere you had to read the room to stay safe, your awareness stopped being curiosity. It became a security system, an alarm that never quite turns off. Do you see the trap forming? The very skill that once kept you safe is now the thing draining you. Then comes the thinking. An aware mind does not just notice a moment and release it. It holds on. It turns the moment over, hunting for meaning, for mistakes. The psychologist Susan Nolen-Hoeksema studied this for years and named it. She called it rumination. Her work revealed something almost unfair. People who ruminate believe they are solving a problem. It feels productive. But she found the opposite. Rumination does not lead you towards solutions. It deepens the very feelings you are trying to escape and keeps you circling the same ground. But there is one more piece, and it may be the heaviest of all. Empathy. When you are deeply aware, you do not just observe other people's emotions, you catch them. You absorb the emotional weather of every room you enter, whether you ask to or not. For a long time, we assumed this was simply good. But neuroscientist Tania Singer found a crucial distinction. There is a real difference between empathy and compassion, and the two do very different things to your brain. Empathy means feeling what another person feels, and feeling someone's pain over and over with no way to release it does not make you stronger. It burns you out. She called it empathic distress. So let me ask you something. How many of the feelings you carried today were actually yours? Here's the twist that changes everything. The problem was never your awareness. The awareness is real and valuable, and the world quietly runs on people like you. The problem is that no one ever gave you an off switch. A smoke detector is useful. A smoke detector that screams at burnt toast, at candlelight, at every shadow, all day, is not more safe. It is just exhausted. And so are you. So what helps? Not becoming less aware. The goal is to aim the awareness instead of drowning in it. It starts with one question you can ask in real time. Is this mine? When a wave of feeling arrives, you pause and you ask whether it belongs to you or whether you simply absorbed it from the room. Naming it begins to hand the weight back. Then the boundary, not a wall. A filter. You are allowed to care about someone without carrying them. Singer's research points at the same truth. You can move from empathy that drains you to compassion that sustains you simply by staying rooted in yourself while you care. And the loop. When you catch your mind circling the same moment for the 40th time, that is the signal. Not to think harder, to interrupt. You do not analyze your way out of overthinking, you step out of it. None of this makes you numb. It makes you selective. Because here is what the aware person almost never hears. You are not too much. You were simply never given the manual for the instrument you were born with. You are not broken. You are finely tuned. And a finely tuned instrument does not need to be silenced. It needs to be played with intention. You walk into a room. Within seconds, you know something is off. And for the first time, you also know something else. You know it does not all have to be yours to carry.